It is an honor to introduce the graduation student speaker for the School of Social Science. Lisa Thelma Sidambe is from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. She completed her Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Philosophy and International Studies at Monash, South Africa. Today, she is graduating with a Bachelor of Social Science honors degree. Lisa was a Mandela Rhodes Scholar in 2015, one of only 40 students selected from throughout the African continent. Lisa was also recognized internationally by Monash University with the Sir John Monash Medal in 2015. She represented Monash, South Africa and Monash University at the 2014 Harvard World Model United Nations Conference in Belgium. Lisa was founder and president of the Monash, South Africa Debate Society. In her future, Lisa plans to continue with further academic studies and to continue to develop as a global leader. Lisa?
Distinguished guests, Chairperson of the Monash South Africa Board, board members, CEO, academic president, executive members, faculty, graduates, friends, family, ladies and gentlemen. Most of us enjoy a good, delicious, and well-cut steak. Some like to have it casually, and others have it to punctuate a celebratory mood. And I am sure even now some of us are impatiently waiting for these festivities to be over so that we can have a lusciously juicy steak in celebration of this momentous occasion. When I think of steak on a plate, tears threaten to overwhelm me because steak is a symbol of the realization of my African dream. It is a vivid and harsh reminder of the cows my grandfather sold when I was in primary and high school, just so he could afford to buy me school uniforms, shoes, books, and pay for my tuition. This great compliment that Monash South Africa has afforded to me today is both an honor and a privilege. It is an opportunity to narrate the journey of my grandfather's cows and how they helped me overcome adversity. I am proud to be standing before you today as a fresh graduate of the School of Social Sciences. A school that epitomizes the spirit of Ubuntu in every aspect and facet. A home to Mandela Rhodes Scholars and Sir John Monash medalists. Coming from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, I only had one dream. My dream was to matter and not be invisible when I got to Monash, South Africa. That same dream punctuated the journey of many of my peers who are graduating today. My female colleagues, by virtue of their agenda, were subjected to all forms of sexism. My African brothers and sisters were victims of xenophobia and genocide, a gross violation of human rights. My white friends were perceived to be racist and discriminated against by virtue of their skin pigmentation. The sense of community we found in the School of Social Sciences allowed and encouraged us to reclaim our identity. The intellectual rigor in the school, combined with our intellectual curiosity, transcended all our identity markers. The values that were inculcated made us realize that what we were becoming was far more important than our perceived mediocrity, even more important than our race, gender, and nationality. We found a home at Monash, South Africa, a global village that made us matter. We found a global village that made us matter, a community that made us visible. As I look back, I am reminded that the journey of my grandfather's cows did not start with the social sciences narrative. It started with an African reality that almost ran away with my African dream. I was born to a stunningly beautiful 15-year-old woman who later died of advanced AIDS. My father, a man I have never seen, was allegedly abducted due to politically motivated action. I taught myself how to speak English. From a tender age, I observed that my immediate world was structured in such a way that those who got the most incredible opportunities were not chosen on the basis of their intellectual capacity or academic aptitude. Instead, they were chosen on the basis of their command for the English language. I am sure some of you will agree with me when I say some government schools in the ghetto consider it to be such a phenomenon to have any student with impeccable English. I knew I had to work extremely hard to fit into that framework of how achievement had been conceptualized, and here I am today. An African reality has the capacity to suffocate our ability to reimagine, rethink, and reinvent an African dream. I am so proud to be standing before you now as a graduate of Monash, South Africa, because this prestigious institution has taught me that my African reality is an enabler and not a deterrent. This is where African realities are being transformed into African dreams that are just as authentic and as legitimate as the proverbial American dream. In the 4 years I was at Monash, South Africa, I achieved a first-class honors, became a Mandela Rhodes Scholar, and was awarded a Sir John Monash Medal. I also got the opportunity to travel to Brussels, Belgium, and Hong Kong, China. That to me was beyond comprehension when aligned with the imaginations that I had had while sitting under my grandmother's mango tree in Popoma, Bulawayo. The global exposure my peers and I have been afforded while at this prestigious institution has been a canvas onto which we have mapped out our destinies. The relentless encouragement and prodding we have received from our lecturers extends beyond tutorial rooms and lecture rooms. We are so incredibly fortunate to have been shaped into civil, confident, and socially minded individuals who will unequivocally define their place in any organization in Africa and beyond. Congratulations, class of 2015. Today is an affirmation of our relevance in the global community. As Robin Sharma rightfully says verbatim, may we be devoted to being the first, the most, the only, and the best. May we reach our end and bask in the staggering glory of our phenomenal achievements, along with the rich value of having contributed to the lives of people we were lucky to serve. To faculty and family members here today, thank you very much for your love, guidance, and prayers. I know I stand before you today, not just as a Sidambe child, but as an African seed and as a kindred child to every single person who is in this auditorium today. My grandparents could not afford to be with us today, but they could not be any prouder. To my mom and dad, wherever you may be, I hope you are proud of your daughter. Thank you.